that the map is accurate as it works repeatedly.
But you know we're going to be all over, and the flat earthers are going to be all over the faith word.
Yeah, I've
not
been
going to say
asking
reverse
flat
engineered, Space?
I've been asking flat earthers since I joined this community, do you have a map? Do you have a map that works for nautical transport? You know what every flat earther says? No, we don't have a map. It's a reification model. And I went, and my answer is no, it's a way to tell you how to get from where you're going to where you need to be, or from where you are to where you need to be. And they work every day.
Yeah, but it doesn't prove the Earth is curving, you know?
Flat earthers can't see through you.
But it proves distances.
Not talking about distances.
Okay.
Talking about curvature.
You want to talk about curvature?
Yeah, but
yeah.
How do you measure something if you don't have distances?
Because what we're trying to do is establish our horizontal, and then we're trying
don't start this Bev argument. Don't start that shit.
Well, this is the only way, guys. Again, we're very strict.
It's the only way.
We're strict teachers. I'm going to call it like
that.
No, remember at school, your strictest teacher. Let's go back.
Well, you said you don't want people to listen to you. How are you a teacher?
Back. Your strictest
teacher. You can't be a teacher if you don't want people to listen to you.
Well, again, we're teaching you also to be critical. And if you
No. Well, hold on. Are we supposed to listen to you, or are we not supposed to listen to you?
No, you don't. You can listen to us, but don't have to believe us.
Okay, well, you're changing what you said earlier. Earlier, you said you don't want anyone to listen.
No, I didn't mean that.
Chemo, have you ever heard of the David Taylor model basin?
No.
So this is an amazing pool in Bethesda, Maryland. It's on the U.S. Navy base there. It is used primarily for testing of naval ships. They also do some other things like human-powered torpedoes and whatnot, but basically every U.S. ship since World War II has spent time as a model in this pool. Okay. What's really amazing is they needed the gantry that the tow system runs along to remain an exact distance above the water. So what they had to do was they actually had to dig this pool out down to the bedrock so that there would be no oscillations or anything. And then they had to have the tracks specially milled so they would be level, not straight.
Okay.
Basically, this is what happens if they actually do the force the line scam correctly.
It's got a cambered gantry.
Yeah, but all we're looking for is curvature. You said you want to talk about curvature. I was like, yeah, and then now you're not talking about curvature.
Oh, I am
talking about it.
Yeah, it's the curvature over the half mile, and which is why a straight line would have. I posted it in chat.
What, the most likable flat earther?
No.
Oh, above
this is not Everett Anderson talking to you, dimwit.
I got it.
My name is Drink the Kool-Aid. I'm the one who talks about boats every single day.
So this pool, you're saying, is curving. It's the water.
No. The water finds its level.
We're talking about curvature. Where's the curvature in this?
Okay. Let me try this one more time.
It's gonna hurt.
Without clicking under the image, do you see that picture that's up with those guys standing there and the couple guys in the water, and there's that
green
metal
t-shirt,
track?
Glasses on. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Do you see that metal track that runs right next to the water?
Yeah.
So
underneath the American, is that the American flag? That's not the American flag, is it? Or it is the American?
Yes, that's an American flag.
Yeah. Okay.
So that rail is level. That rail is not straight.
Is it curving?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because that's the way it was designed. They had to come up with brand new manufacturing and tolerance techniques just to find it out. There's big long stories and brand new machines that were made specifically to make that rail.
And I've heard about the gantry that they made for that too.
Yep.
Look, you're gonna have to give us more than a photograph. How long is it?
Approximately half mile.
This fucking idiot.
How much curvature is in at half a mile?
I believe their exact number is 3.8 inches because it's not precisely half a mile.
Mm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show someone doing the actual measurements for that to be accepted.
Sure.
Words.
Yeah, Chemo,
Yeah,
if you look through there, you can find it. You can find the exact measurements. You can find the laser test.
Oh yeah.
As well as the
We're
certification
going there.
for the laser.
The deviation.
Hey,
The
Brian.
deviation is 1.9 inches
It's not
from
half
center to end to end.
8 inches per mile. It's exponential. There's only 2 inches curve at half a mile. So instantly you know it's bullshit.
No,
1.9 from end to end, from center to end.
Yep.
I just
And
looked
that's where
at
the
the satellite
measurements-
view.
And
It's
I
a straight
guarantee-
line. I just
I
looked at the
guarantee-
building. It's a straight line.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's not curving. So
You're
I can
totally right,
guarantee
brother.
It was
yeah,
was
it's
set-
on the
yeah,
Earth,
It was
so
set from
it's
the
flat.
center point
Yeah.
of that structure, not from one end.
That makes sense. That's where I got the 3.8 then.
Because there is no way. Because if you tried to make that 3.8 inches from one end to the other, you'd be going down fucking hill.
We know that the gantry crane and the shuttle is an exact distance above the water.
Yeah, but no, because go on, Brian.
So what if you stand at the other end of the pool? Are you seeing it drop away or hump up?
If you can discern 2 inches from 400 yards, you've got a pretty good
He's
eye.
asking if it goes down or rises up.
Did you not listen? If he can discern 2 inches from 400 yards, he's got a good fucking eye.
Is that going down or up there?
Yes. Is that down or up from the other end of the pool?
Answer my question, then I'll answer yours.
I agree with you. It's not
It's-
much. It's not much. But is that not much down or up?
I'm going to ask again. Can you discern it?
Okay, that undiscernible is not discernible, but is it down or up?
With a measuring
depend.
device, it would be discernible. Now, does it go down from the other end or up?
It remains level.
Like straight in front of him.
So it's straight.
No.
No.
It is
So does
level.
it go down or up?
Elevation remains constant.
Does it go down from the other end or up?
Again, the elevation remains constant.
If you
Yes.
stood in the
Does it go
center...
down from your advantage
Brian.
point at the other end or up?
Brian, stand in the center. It goes down from you left to
Talking
right.
about centre, we're talking about the other end.
Wait, shut up.
Yeah,
and
it's
stop
quite
having
obvious.
aneurysms.
Other end, or does it go up?
They hate these questions.
Well, if that was the case, it would go down from you. If that's how you want
It
to
goes
put it.
down from both ends, is it correct? Into a hollow in the middle.
These ballers just don't get it.
No, can I explain this to you without you cracking the shits or going mental?
You have like a mental block or something.
If you stand at one end, it will go down and away. If you stand at the other end, it will go down and away. If you stand in the center, you look left, it goes down and away. If you look right, it goes down and away. Learn how a circle works.
Do you understand how ludicrous that is?
Do you know how a circle works?
Do you understand the difference between straight and level?
You do understand that is absolutely
Not
moronic.
don't understand that.
So he obviously doesn't understand how circles work, even though he works with fucking pistons
You
and turbos.
cannot have it dropping from both ends and dropping from the fucking middle now.
It's all they got at this point. Hide the
Hang
evidence.
on. So how does a circle work then?
Moronic
How does
that
a
they
basketball work
twisted
then?
your fucking brains to believe complete nutter nonsense.
Yeah, it's quite obvious what we got going on here.
Oh, shut up, Lamb.
I'm sorry, it brings a lump to my throat that you intelligent people can have your brains fucking twisted to that.
Brian,
what gets me is that you, who apparently have done quite a bit of machining, have no ability to visualize in 3 dimensions. Like, that astounds me.
That doesn't know how a fucking ring works. A circle.
So, should I just put down your answer to the fact that these lines are level but not straight as magic, or they're lying? Or do you actually have a rational response you want to try? Oh man, must be tea time.
Are you talking to me or Brian?
Well, I was talking with you, seeing as it was you and I having the conversation that Brian decided to scream over.
Okay, carry on. I didn't know he was talking.
So would you like to respond to the fact that those rails are level but not straight?
He's asking you, do you have curvature on one side than the other?
Well, if he's asking that, he wasn't paying attention to the conversation.
But
where has
level to me doesn't curve.
Where has the experiment been done?
It's not an experiment, you twit.
Level
it's a
means
piece of
that's straight horizontal to me.
You claim curvature across this water, so you're gonna have to show me the evidence.
Cool. If you want, you can go check it out one more time. I'm gonna try saying this. Please pay attention this time, Lamb. If you would like to follow the link that I posted in chat, you can find the laser measurements with extreme accuracy where they measure the distance from the rail to the water. I believe the one I was looking at had 4 different locations along the gantry frame.
But why would we just believe that without seeing them build the thing showing that actual drop, that measurement? Why would anyone believe? If we've been lied
Don't believe it.
No, we've been lied to. Why would we believe
Chemo.
That's part of the lie?
Okay, if the engineering's wrong, you go and show them. You go tell them that their engineering's wrong.
There you go.
Yeah. You go to the U.S. Naval Engineering
here,
College and you tell them that they're doing it wrong and you know better.
Where's the engineer? Bring him here. Where is he? You don't know the engineer. Yeah, that's the point.
No, David Taylor died in the early 1900s, so...
Well, bring someone there that we can speak to. That's the point. You never have any experts that we can speak to.
No, why would they waste their time debating something that is obvious and
Wixit wants to debate on
demonstrable?
Simon Dance for a specific reason, because as a lot of followers, Wixit would be able to embarrass Simon Dan in front
Wixit
of
wants
all
to get
his
more
followers.
He wants to get more PayPal donations. That's all it is.
No.
And he knows that going to a larger audience will increase the chance of that.
No. Wants more people to see the destruction of the globe. That's why. And Simon Dan knows that if he debates any of this, he'll just look like Pete. And his audience will be like, well, hold on a second, Simon Dan. We had faith in you that you knew what you were talking about. How is it you allowed this flat earther to come on here and debunk every single one of your claims?
So,
in listening to you 5 years, Kim, I still haven't heard you debunk anything.
Kimo, your debunk for this model basin is no.
No, you're just claiming.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Your debunk is no.
No, your debunk is yes, just because.
No, I actually gave you the facts, figures, numbers, Kimo.
And the fact is that water cannot curve around the Earth. That's Right?
Yep.
Figures are, where is the horizontal?
Sure sounds like a
You
presupposition, not
established
anything
the
with numbers.
horizontal plane of reference. Numbers should be how much drop from the horizontal elevation. Yes, how much drop, elevation drop, deviation. Basically, what you'll say is if you take two plumb bobs, one at one end and one at the other end, there will be deviation and they won't be parallel. They won't be parallel, right? But we know that they will be absolutely parallel one another.
Yeah. We know
So
the way
Kimo,
this world works.
You're going to have to show something practical.
You're bringing up a whole bunch of things that aren't actually even tangentially related. Now you're talking about plumb bobs. Would you like to try to keep this
No, that's
topic on
Brian's.
track? We're talking.
Brian's an expert at the plumb
Okay.
bob. I'm just saying that if we were
Cool,
to...
Kimo. I'm going to redirect you back to the topic. Please try to stay there. We are talking about the model basin and specifically the metal rails that the gantry cranes run along that were specifically milled to be level, not straight.
Yeah, but remember, you're talking from a globe perspective where you think everything is known and already measured. Yeah?
In fact, I gave you the measurements, Kimo.
No, I get that. But remember, you're coming from a globe perspective where you're saying we have the measurement, everything is known, and we're here questioning what you know, and all you're doing is saying, well, go back to the paper that you doubted in the first place. Like, can you show us the drop? If you think that's dropping at one end, if he's a 1 foot observer, how long is that base? Oh yeah, you said half a mile.
What part of the paper do you doubt, Kimo?
Is that if
Is it the laser? Is the laser's not accurate, Kimo? Is that what your claim is?
I'm doubting the whole thing because there's no practical element.
Why? What part of it made you doubt it?
There was no practical element to it. It's all guesswork.
There's no practical element.
No. Yeah, you're
What
giving
about
us the
all the
measurements
practical-
without.
Yeah, what about the
actually
practical
all the
parts of it?
practical ships that are tested there every single day.
So let's
Well,
see it
they
then.
probably
Show
don't
us the
test every
video of
day.
somebody measuring where it drops. Hard to ask, is it?
They didn't videotape it; they just wrote it down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People just write down there in their diary on this.
Because it was
day.
done before
Video cameras in the early
YouTube
1900s.
existed.
Just a diary. Established yesterday.
But you know what's
that
really cool?
The kid writes
What's really
in the
cool, Kimo?
diary.
You can actually go there and you can check this out. And you can look at this information for yourself.
No,
But
if
you
I
won't
went
do
there,
it. You know why you won't do it? You won't do it because it will prove that you're full of shit.
if I went there, we would have to establish our horizontal.
Okay, go and do it.
Horizontal plane.
Go and do it, Kimo, and videotape yourself doing it.
Yeah, like I did when I went to St.
I
Bees.
guarantee.
When I went to St.
Being-
Yeah,
Bees.
get the gimp suit out of retirement,
When I
Kimo.
was at St. Bees, was recording the horizon. So where is your recording? Why don't you do things?
Did you record the measurements you took?
Of course.
Can you show those to us?
Of course, not now because we have to.
No. You have to do it right now, or it's not
No,
real.
just wait
I'm going on your
yeah,
standard.
in
If you taught me anything, Kimo, is that people can't take time. You have to have it immediately right away. Or it
Everyone
doesn't exist.
knows, Taylor. We went to St. Bees. We made measurements.
No, I don't know this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just
the
telling me
only
that, and you
person-
told me not to believe what you told me.
Yeah, you don't have to believe. Go and look on.
No, I don't. I don't believe it.
Go and research it. Find out.
No. I'm not going to research it.
Kimo.
You need to show it to me.
No,
I do.
just been
I did
told
look into
by
it, Kimo, and
Rick
you're
that people
what
were
it says
wearing
is
suits,
you're full of shit.
but everyone's
I don't care what
seen it.
Rig says. You need to show it to me, Kimo.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go and find it now, am I?
Yeah, you are. You should. You should find it now.
No, it's in one of the channels.
Since it's such huge evidence. Since it proves everything.
No,
maybe you should just find it right now.
It just says that when you go out there, you make real-world measurements, like what we
Yeah, what measurements did you make?
measured, like the height, and we got the distance.
The height of what?
Of the observer.
The height of these, or how did you measure it?
Tape measure.
With a tape measure.
Uh-huh.
How did you know the end of the tape measure was in the right spot?
Because we had other people holding the other end.
How did you calibrate your tape measure?
We went to make sure that an inch was an inch. Why?
Kimo, no inch on any two strands of tape measure will be the same.
a bigger wrench.
What was
Yeah,
your
I
margin
mean-
of error, Chemo, in your measurement?
Well, that's because you get your stuff from China.
Where did your tape measure come from?
British made, duh.
What brand of tape measure did you use?
Think about that for. What was? I'll get back to you.
I don't know. It sounds like you're making stuff up.
Does it ever get
It
tired
would have been Lufkin.
lying all day?
Just say
Kimo?
Lufkin.
No, he refuses to answer that question.
I mean, I know personally I could not do what you do. There's no way I could sit on the line and lie and be shown evidence that I'm lying.
I think it was
all day, every day.
a Fisco. Can't quite remember. Fisco. Have you heard of Fisco? Might have been a Fisco.
I don't think we get Fisco out here, but maybe.
Yeah, but yours are made in China.
Do you know how
Where
they
are yours
calibrate the
made?
Fisco
Where's the
tape
plant?
measure?
Ours are made here in England.
Where in England?
Where? I'm not going to dox tape.
Where's the factory? It's a public company.
Yeah, but I'm not going to dox them.
You're not doxing anything. It's a public company. Where do they make their tape measures?
Not again. Not dox.
It's not doxing. It's a public company. It is not doxing.
Well, again, there were just various. We've also got Stanley tape measure.
By the way, Chemo, your Fisco tape measure was made in America.
No, not the one I was looking. Not the one I was using.
Oh, so Fisco has more than one manufacturing department. Cool.
I mean, again, it's just the parts, just the name, where they're made. They're like Nike is not made in America. And like I say, it might have been a Stanley. A long time ago, guys. I don't need to remember these things.
Well, I mean, you expect people to have videos of things that were manufactured like 60 to 80 years ago.
No, I expect you to have science.
YouTube videos of everything that was ever created.
No, we expect you to have science for claim century.
Hilariously, I saw you provided a video about the manufacture of Slack. I doubt you watched that video. The funny thing was there was a full video where they talked about all their manufacturing methods and the measurements and how they constructed Slack to be perfectly straight. Did you watch that video? I did. I thought it was fascinating.
Right, what are we talking about here? Is it just trying to outsmart the flat earther, or do we have evidence?
No, I'm asking you if you ask for these sources and then you don't even watch them.
No, I'm saying
Yeah, I thought we had an experiment of a pool showing curvature.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to have. Pool, a long canal, basin of some kind that curves.
How old is this land character? They don't sound old enough to be in here.
They cannot show their model.
You sound like a child.
Sound like a child, damn.
Chemo, I'm older than you are.
They'll sound like a child.
Oh, and you're the one who laughs like a giddy little girl when you get excited.
The one that sounds like a child.
Dude,
Chemo,
Len
why are
sounds
both...
like a freaking 16-year-old.
Alright, let's move forward. So this water basin.
Yeah, Chemo, why are both the brands of tape measure that you just mentioned manufactured in the United States?
Where did they get the parts from?
Made in the USA.
Made in USA. Stanley is actually very proud that all of their source materials come from the USA. That's why they put a little American flag on it.
It might not have been that one then. Get the name of it then.
Oh, so you're just making shit up?
No, I was going through the tape measures, and again, it was years ago.
About Fisco.
How on earth do you expect me to
Fisco
remember off the top of my head which tape measure that was?
I don't know. No, maybe if you wrote it down. Oh wait, no, we can't write things down. That would be bad. You can't write things down. Shit.
Not allowed to have data, Taylor. Come on.
God forbid we record our experimental methods and the equipment we use.
How dare you?
That might begin to approach doing science.
Yeah, you should have filmed it, Chemo.
Yeah, so I did say to you Fisco, made in Essex, and I take where you got your information from.
And we
the
want to
Cisco
see
website.
your information.
But this, remember, this
No,
is supposed
your
to be
information.
this is supposed to be your debunk of why the gantry rails are the exact same distance over the water.
Hang
the
on,
rails aren't straight.
Kool-Aid,
go ahead,
he's using mainstream media as his source. Something that they tell
All
us
of
not
these
to
are
believe.
British-made.
It's
One
WordPress,
was made in
dude. It's,
Birmingham. We've got Sheffield. I don't know where
Are
you're
they still
getting
made
your
there?
information from.
are they still made there, Chemo?
That's where these products are made.
Your country was shut down for over 9 months. How was that manufacturing still capable of happening?
You didn't do this 9 months ago. Years ago.
I didn't say 9 months ago. I said it was shut down for 9 months.
Yeah, this
How
was
were they
done
still
years
manufacturing
ago.
them?
Duh.
They're
Then
still
how-
up and running today. They survived the.
How do you know
Cuckoo.
that?
Anyway, let's not derail. I've shown you that they're British made. Not a big deal. So you need to show now how this
You
water
can't even remember
canal
which one it is.
curving. You have the measurement. Practical.
Yep.
Want your measurements, Chemo?
And Chemo, I've showed you the measurements twice now. It's been posted in chat at least 3 times that
Not
I've
the
seen. So
writing. Can you show someone
So-
constructing and say, look, there's a drop here, and there is an elevation.
What
Yeah,
year
can you
did-
provide the audio where they read out all the information that they wrote down? Because I can't believe it unless it's audio.
Well,
What year
all
did
of
YouTube-
that is based
year
on the
was YouTube
presupposition that the Earth
invented,
is a ball.
What year was YouTube invented?
What?
What year was YouTube invented?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2007 or something.
Oh, okay. So the fact that this pool had already been in existence for over 60 years by that point,
Right?
do you think they filmed it and put it on YouTube? The construction. 60 years, over 60 years before YouTube was invented.
Of course.
So
Why are you
know
asking
what
for a
you're
video?
asking for is not possible.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you bringing up
It's
things that you cannot
really,
verify?
because Chemo, I showed you the test where they use lasers, because I know flat earthers love their laser tests, where they use lasers to measure the exact height of the gantry crane above the water.
I know you keep saying that, but where's the evidence?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm done with the Chemo go round. Have fun, guys.
Finally, goodness sakes! But I mean, again, it's you
Good.
go through so many paths and directions to try and outwit the flat earther, and all it is just if you want to outsmart a flat earther, find a measurement, okay, not a piece of paper, an actual real world physical measurement, and then you'll make the flat earther look so stupid.
I love how exhausted you get, or excited you get over someone getting exhausted with your lies.
Because this is how we see it, you see.
You lie until someone can't take it anymore, and you go, well, therefore I win. They
Nobody's
gave me
lying.
everything I asked for 100 times, and then me lying about it, they finally got tired of it. Victory.
Nobody's lying. He's playing games, asking.
You were lying, Chemo. You lying the whole time. Why
What
didn't you
is
provide
it?
measurements? He did. He did provide measurements.
No, I don't mean on a piece of.
Yeah,
You might give
we
it a
understand that you only accept YouTube videos talking about measurements, but that's not how measurements are made. That's just not how it's done, ever.
It is going to be done that way. Otherwise, won't believe it.
No, there's no industry that verifies measurements by making YouTube videos about it.
No. I mean, verifying.
There's not a single industry in the world that does that.
I'm not on about that. In order for people to believe
Yes, you
that
are.
there's curvature, they're going to have to see measurement.
Does Domino's take video footage of every pizza they make so you know you're getting the right pizza? Right.
So no pizza has ever been created because we can't verify it?
Well, you can see it at the shop.
Yeah, but I'm not at the
But
shop. If there's not a
I've-
YouTube video, I guess that means there's no
I mean, you
pizza.
don't have a YouTube link to pizza.
But
Or a
I've
website.
ordered it using an app on my phone.
When you start being silly, the whole conversation goes
And
silly.
I'm currently
And then you
driving
wonder,
home.
oh, Chemo's lying. No, I'm just being silly like you're being silly. If you want to be serious, like I said, it's very simple.
Right.
We get silly because the alternative is letting you just lie constantly.
Nobody's lying.
Our options are let Chemo lie, uncontested, or fucking make fun of you for it.
Well, nobody's lying. I'm saying if this is measured...
But you are lying, and you know you're lying. You're lying about the fact that you're not lying.
If
I
there was
turn-
if there was
The reason I
measured
turn it
curvature,
into a joke,
divide
Chemo, is
the
because you
measurement
are.
of the curvature. Not the numbers on paper. Show that this is repeatable everywhere in the world. The drop is consistent, and it's not just an illusion to support the heliocentric.
hang on.
No, it's just in your delusion.
Hang on,
You could genuinely make a lot of money running workshops teaching people how to lie. I've never in my life met anyone who can lie as much as you do so quickly with no breaks.
Hey, Chemo, how's your night going?
Lies beget lies, Taylor.
The
Once
only
you
lie
get good
that
at
is out there
it, you
is the
don't stop.
globe lie.
I mean,
Sorry,
but
I was
I've known some
talking to
drug addicts that can't lie as effectively or as consistently as Chemo does.
I've served drug addicts who can't lie as consistently as Chemo does. But how's your night, Chemo?
Look, nobody's lying here. All we're doing is exposing.
Well,
the
that's a
globe
lie.
See?
You just lied.
That's not a lie. All we do is expose the globe lie.
Hang on.
Chemo, are
How
you
many
capable of telling the truth?
But
Like-
Taylor,
Truth
how many
is, the
times has
Earth is
Chemo called
not
me
a
a liar?
globe.
And then can say that nobody here's a liar.
He actually just called me a liar.
Yeah.
Well, he calls me a liar when I call him on it. He goes, no, well, I'm not calling you a liar. You just did.
So, would you like to try to amend your statement, Chemo? Maybe make it slightly more true?
Like to do what?
Amend your
Hang
statement
on.
and make it
He's
slightly
gone for
more
a
true.
cuppa.
Oh.
Gone for a cup of tea. It's not good when he has to yell from the kitchen. The lies are harder to keep up with.
Ha!
Well, he goes over there to see what lies he can make up to crap on when he comes back.
What I
No,
thought
but
was
you've got to read
interesting
the
about
tea leaves.
No.
I thought it was interesting about the pool was the laser measurements were not their first way of measuring it because the accurate laser measurements didn't exist when the pool was originally built. That was a verification that the original contractors did it correctly, and it turns out back in the day they did really good work.
They actually used the water level, believe it or not. If you go and dig up how they centered that, because they had to have it level in both directions, and then they used a little bit of good old surveying from the measurement points from one end to the other. It's actually
Water
quite a
level
fascinating read.
check the level of water.
Dude, I
Yes,
just
Mavitt, we
condensed-
understand that you don't know what level means. We get that.
I just condensed 2 pages worth of information into 3 sentences, so I didn't hold up the chat.
Look, guys, don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. You can blame it on me
Don't continue that.
if you want to blame it on somebody.
Blame it on the boogie.
Oh, no singing. I wasn't
Boogeyman.
singing.
You realise that people have been taken to court even for mouthing those words, right?
I'm just saying,
Go
don't. Go ahead, Brian.
Apparently, they used the water level to level water.
Right.
Brian,
How
do you think
ironic.
they were levering the they were leveling the water, or were they trying to get the rail the gantry crane runs on to be level, which is what the entire thing is about?
Would they not have
I've
used
actually
the
got a
water
question.
to
How does one
rail?
level water?
You put it
Water
into a
finds
little.
its level.
Okay, I'll restate it. It was a set of spirit levels used to find a level point, and then they used surveying stakes to measure the drop distances.
More or less.
Because
Well,
it
they
has to go in two
put
axes.
water channel and then measured up from the water and put the rail there, yeah? That would sound a
No,
bit more fucking...
it's man-made pool, dude.
It's beyond me.
Did you miss that bit
Look,
where
I'm
he said
willing,
they
I'm
had
ready
to
to
dig to
accept
the bed?
this man-made
Chemo?
pool
Excuse
as
me?
evidence of a globe, but we need to see that they establish the horizontal, show where the curvature begins and where the curvature
Why
ends.
did you talk over me?
Being a bit rude there, Chemo.
They don't like it.
I was talking nicely with Brian for a moment, and then you just jumped straight
They
in.
don't
What
like
the
it.
hell?
Harsh truth.
You can't use that word. That's mine. Stone the crows. Yeah. So think of it. They had to dig down to the bedrock. It's a man-made pool. Wasn't a natural pool.
Right. And then...
So now do you understand why the engineering had to be done? Because the moment they filled up that hole, oh, guess what? They put that rail on. As they got to one end, the damn boat would lift.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they just take a measurement off the surface of the... fill the trench up with water and then
Because
take the
it suffers from tidal forces, Brian. Even miniature tidal forces will screw the measurement.
Then the boat would be higher or lower at that point anyway.
No, they set a datum above the water and worked from that point. Then the water was no longer in contention.
No evidence of...
The tidal forces would still be lifting the model boat up and down, correct?
Yeah, but not if you're doing like a 3-minute test, that would be negligible. But trying to construct that as the sun and the moon and the flat earth turns, you'd have problems.
Really cool story and everything.
Well, just because you have a fundamental misunderstanding of engineering, Chemo, that's your problem.
But we've already got a world-class engineer, Brian Mullins, outlined what we need.
Yeah, and if you give me his data, I can show you exactly where he's wrong.
No. Globe Earthers don't do anything... When's the last time you saw a Globe Earther do something practical?
This morning, when I was on my way to work, I
that
saw
we
a
all
bunch
can
of
see,
people.
that everyone can see.
So, Chemo,
I watched Blue Marble's Cavendish update.
Practical. Ever.
I watched Blue Marble's Cavendish update.
That's not a science. He didn't
Are you trying to have a conversation in this room, or are you just trying to have a monologue? Because if you want to have a monologue, just let us know, and the rest of us will go somewhere else. If you want to have a conversation,
it's an open platform. We're just trying to
then
find
why
out.
do you not?
Chemo, how do you explain lightning in a flat Earth?
Lovers hate it.
Oh my god.
Truth.
I'm watching the coolest fucking lightning storm I've ever seen in a long ass fucking time.
Yeah, how about you measure the Earth?
What, 198 million square miles?
How about
Surface area?
No, Gypsy, he wants you to go out in the lightning storm and risk your life.
Oh, I fucking love lightning storms, man.
You know what I'm looking at? The moon.
I can't see the moon. We got fucking black skies of death hovering above us.
Black skies of death.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? A storm?
Well, that's what they call them in the Canadians.
In the Canadians.
But you see, Taylor, this is the general mood that people have had enough of flat Earth, globe Earth discussion. Not because
no, we haven't, Chemo.
You can't, back up your claim. That's why you've had enough. If you could back up your claim, obviously you would enjoy your time as a glober a lot more. But just
we haven't had enough, Chemo. We're happy having globe Earth, flat Earth discussions.
Some are, some are not. It depends on who you are and generation. But most ball earthers are very flat earthers go about spreading information.
Well, that's their problem, isn't it, Chemo?
Yeah. You're having fun, Muckford, which is what, you're supposed to do. Relax. There's nothing you can do about proving the globe. You just have your faith. You just believe because you believe. That's fine. No, there's no need to argue with someone like yourself because you have a.
Well, the same can be said for you too, Chemo, can't it?
But that
No,
can't
we
be
don't. Globe earthers don't have proof. We have direct evidence, while flat earthers have none.
That can't be said for other ball earthers, but truly believe science and evidence prove where they live. Unlike you can't do anything about it. No, you have to rely on authority, whereas these other ballers think they themselves. Can you imagine that? They themselves think that they can prove they're on a ball. Themselves. They, the person.
Please, Chemo, don't put the responsibility on how other people behave onto me. We're all individuals in the end.
Yeah, but you don't say, well, I can prove
Hold on. With our individual opinions.
I hear what you're saying, but you're not like, well, I prove the globe, right? You would never say such a silly thing, right? You would say, look, we've just got years of evidence, years of people making measurements. That's just what I believe. Fine.
Well,
I can prove supernovas are real.
I wouldn't say it to you, Chemo, because I know it'd be pointless. But I might try to someone who's less convinced of their worldview.
Exactly. Whereas these other ball earthers, they can prove it themselves. That's so funny, right?
Well, it's not funny. It's toxic masculinity and ego, really, that's doing it.
Yeah, and that's why I say they need to let go of the ego. Recognize they themselves not prove something like this.
You gotta recognize, realize.
Well, Chemo, you've chosen yourself as a foil for them to, test their wit against. So, you've put yourself in this position. But I quite understand it's a nice place to be. If you need something to do.
I mean, look, we've got these guys who profess to be intelligent, and then we just come along and absolutely wipe the floor with all these intelligent. So,
who has come to you and professed to be intelligent?
Chemo, I've wiped the floor of you flat earthers with like 2 to 3 topics.
How have you done?
Chemo is my muse.
How on earth would you be able to wipe the floor with a flat earther?
Precious metals and gold.
Well, Gypsy, they don't cut their hair. You just turn them upside down. Easy.
The flat bottoms to puffy top clouds that disappear behind and under the horizon.
Remember, that is not physical, geometrical.
No, the way I described it was very much so.
Yeah, but
and third, what was my third topic?
Yeah, well, your shotgun. I don't remember everything. Stick 1 point out. Horizon, not physical. Because the horizon is not physical, wants any idea of a geometric edge. When you look at your lunar eclipse.
How can you say the horizon is not physical?
But hang on. Does that mean a geometric horizon is not physical?
Chemo, can you see a horizon and walk to it, or is it if you take 100 steps towards the horizon ends up 100 steps further away? Do you see what I mean?
No, you can draw a tangent line, a physical geometric horizon.
Who cares about drawing? Can you walk there, or is that
Or you can
sentence
send
like
a
an
line,
oxymoron?
The line out, straight line, a tangent, and see how much it drops on that.
Okay, where are we looking? Which direction? And how much drop are you expecting? What angle of this obloit spheroid are we looking at?
Well, we're just looking at the horizon.
Oh my god, this fucking lightning storm is amazing. Sorry, I love lightning storms, and this one's just off the fucking walls. You know the ones that like the sky is continuously flashing and like normally you can't see the lightning? Well, this one, the sky is continuously flashing, but like you can see the arms and the fingers of like the lightning strikes. It's fucking
Globe
sick.
Earth is dead, Gypsy. There are no real globe Earthers today who can defend.
How do you explain precious
claim.
metals? You just jumped over that one. You wanted to stick on the horizon, but you,
What
you
does
just skipped
metals
the
have to
precious
do
metals.
with the shape of the Earth?
Gold, silver, platinum.
Yeah, what does gold have to do with the shape of the Earth?
Gold? It can only come from a supernova, Chemo.
Where's your scientific experiment to back up your claim?
It's either Australians or China or Japan, one of them, in a
We've
lab,
annihilated
turned
every
mercury
opposition that we've come against.
turned mercury into gold, and by doing that, they needed a fuck ton of nuclear power energy fusion to create this gold, and it took like 48 hours, and they made this tiny little amount. And they deduced
the globe is
Chemo, they deduced that it can only come naturally in the abundance that there is on this earth from a supernova.
I mean, I'm ready to believe you, but do you have an experiment and stuff?
Yeah, I just told you the experiment. They turned mercury into
Give
gold.
a look.
Do you know how hard that is to find, Chemo?
Of course
Look it
it's
up.
hard, because it doesn't exist, and you can't prove
It does exist. Even flat earthers have brought it up years ago, and I brought this up to the flat earth community, 24/7 Discord. They said, oh, but humans created gold. Look, here's the experiment. Here's the experiment. So humans created gold, meaning we created all of it.
This is what you've got left, Gypsy. The globe has been annihilated.
Chemo, I just explained how gold destroys it, and that's just one topic.
Gold has destroyed the flat earth, and it proves... I mean, what is this? Gypsy,
nothing.
This is all they have left, is you and gold.
I love how Lamb's your little yes man chimes in like, yeah, you get him.
No, but this is all they have left. I mean, the globe is literally gone. There is no globe to present. The globe earthers are recognizing this now. They've had enough. I told you, Taylor, this is the feeling today. His
delusion is getting bigger. His delusion is getting bigger.
Well,
hang on, everybody. His delusion is getting bigger.
Well, Mippet, this is what they've got left, is you and Gypsy to defend the globe. Think about that. It's all up to you now to show that the Earth is a
I don't have to defend anything, Chemo. That's where you're wrong.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's all down to you guys now. The final board. We've come to the last levels. Okay, and now we're facing... Are you guys the bosses or something? What's going on?
Maybe.
This is it. This is it. This is all we have.
This is all you've got left, guys. And this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to
Emo, I just destroyed you with gold.
We won't accept nothing.
Of course you did. Of course you did. With gold, yeah, that was
but
gold.
Flat Earth. But flat Earth.
Come on, guys.
Single-handedly destroys flat Earth.
Gold destroys flat Earth.
the only way it doesn't destroy flat Earth is for you to somehow explain that stars are real and supernovas do happen. That's the only way to explain it in a flat Earth. You have to somehow
Oh my
come
gosh,
up
I have
with
no
a way
comeback for that.
to admit that supernovas do happen.
You've just annihilated the entire flat Earth movement. Not.
I did.
That is
Welcome to
nonsense, Gypsy. Come on. This is all you've got left.
How's
We
it
need
nonsense?
scientific evidence that the Earth is spinning, flying through space, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. So you're going to gold. Tell me about this gold Earth. Talk to me about gold Earth.
Do you know why I go to gold, Chemo?
No, why is gold gold?
Oh, that was a huge strike. Holy fuck. Because you can't refute, you can't rebuttal, and you can't play your verbal acrobatics around the discussion about gold. Everything else you can
Well,
throw
you've got me
something
with this
in
one, yeah.
to
I'm stumped.
convince weak-minded people that this shit is real. But this, you can't verbally acrobat your fucking way around gold. You can't. It's on everyone. It's everywhere. People have it on their rings, their necks, their ears.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, it does, because you can't explain gold.
No, we're on gold
how
Earth.
how it naturally comes about or found on this Earth, and how it fucking rains from the sky, found in snowflakes. Like, come on, it still rains down upon us. We have enough precious metals. We have enough gold on this Earth or in this Earth to cover the whole Earth's surface by 4 meters.
Right.
That's 198 million square miles and 4 meter thick gold.
And
That's
that doesn't work on that doesn't work on the flat Earth model, no?
It works.
No, because for a flat Earth, you have to resort to God put it there. God, the Creator, He put it there. It's there. That's it. Done and done. No question asked. Even though that's not true at all.
Right.
So,
Well,
yes,
look, I
gold.
mean, guys, audience members, and everyone associated with the heliocentric model. I mean, it was a fantastic run. You did your best. I mean, years and years of trying. What more can you do at this point? Gypsy, you're making a hot monster.
That's it.
Yeah. What more can we do at this point? I mean, all that can be done is increased anger, increased frustration, increased anxiety, and just basically not feeling good about your position, essentially.
I feel very good about a globe Earth.
We won, Chemo, we won.
I mean, again, I mean, we won this a long time ago. It was just the ballers getting their head around the fact that they've been lied to. Very difficult.
Yeah, we won.
Well, you see, some of us are already celebrating. David was celebrating years ago. He opened a bottle of champagne a very long time ago. Peace of Mind here is celebrating. You know, like I said, but it's not over, guys, because you still need that therapy of how, why.
I mean,
what next.
anyone can celebrate and convince themselves that they've won an argument when they ignore everything else going on. Like, anyone can celebrate their insanity with a bottle of wine.
I know. If your evidence is gold, I think a person has a right to celebrate with their champagne, right?
You still can't explain it, though. You're going to talk about it and you're going to talk around it, but you still can't explain what's creating all this gold and making it still rain down from the fucking skies. Like, you got nothing that can explain that.
Gravity.
You don't believe in gravity.
Gravity.
You don't believe in gravity.
That dude, whoever did that, is
your
going to be
mind.
so embarrassed when he look, or you know, his
feels good.
Yeah, his future generations will be so embarrassed when he's going gravity. Yeah, not a force.
It feels good to be a winner.
And this is why I'm trying to keep in check here, Peace of Mind, because we could be so boastful at this point.
Two people with the same delusion. Wow! Amazing.
But Mippet, it's very difficult not to be so boastful, like, yes, we did it, we're smarter,
How do you
we're
explain
better, we're more intelligent,
Chemo?
You guys are nothing, you know, all that kind of stuff. But that's why I try to keep that in check. And
Chemo, how do you explain the northern lights? And how do you explain how you can see them clearly below the starry heavens? The aurora borealis.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, that's to do with the North Pole, but we haven't been there, so we can't verify.
What the fuck are you talking
Yes, we
about?
have,
Oh
and
my
yes, we
god,
can
Chemo.
verify it.
What?
You know where I'm from? I'm Canadian. Come on.
Go to
I see the
Alaska, dude.
You don't even need to go to Alaska.
Yeah, but
You
what
need to just
causes
come
it?
to fucking...
Do you know what causes these lights?
Yeah, fucking sun...
electromagnetism.
yeah,
causes
sundogs
the
going
northern
off.
light.
Not sundogs. Oh my god, what's it called?
Ionization
Solar
in
rays.
the atmosphere. Yep.
What you posted cavities in a vacuum and
radiation.
Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
There's a continuous ring of northern lights, north and south pole. If you
But
didn't
you
know
see,
that,
peace
but the
of mind,
north
some
pole
of them
I
still
have
think
seen.
they're on a board. See?
I have seen these northern
Yeah,
lights.
they
Actually, you
got
want me to go
loose
through my
again.
photos?
That's why we can't celebrate too
We
much.
still won.
Because there are still some deluded people that think the Earth is moving and
Yes,
curving.
Chemo. You are the deluded one.
I do
Absolutely.
love this. They've been doing this for like 6 or 7 years, and it's like, oh, we
Chemo.
can
Well,
celebrate the ring
Mippet, I
now.
would be deluded if you were able to show
done it
evidence
again.
of a globe.
Chemo. Look at chat. Look at debate chat. That photo that I just posted is a photo that I took myself on my shitty iPhone camera, and that's the continuous ring of northern lights up in Churchill, Manitoba. And you can literally see the curve. It is
Ooh, no.
beautiful. You can see the curve of the ring.
Right,
Like you
super
picture
cool.
yourself on the northern part of the planet, right? Whether it be flat or not, the northern part. You know how there would be a ring like
That is
around the
super
center
cool. I'm
pole,
looking
right?
at it, that green curving light, right?
Yeah, here I'll show you another one. Hold on.
Amazing.
It is
Now I know
absolutely
why you hate
beautiful when you can see the
winter.
Flat
curve.
Earth is quite something, right?
Flat Earth is the winners.
It's an amazing place to
Here's
be.
another one.
Flat Earth is the winners.
Is that lamb? How much more of Chemo's dick are you going to suck, dude? I mean, seriously?
Goodness sake, look, we're all sharing the success, Mippet. Not just me. We're all in this together, and when we've been able to go...
Are you serious? God,
Hang
I've got to
hang
laugh
on,
at that,
hang on,
Chemo.
Mippet. I've got a question for Chemo,
You crack
and
me up, Mippet.
I need a yes or a no answer on this. You're in a room with 100 dicks. How many dicks are you going to choke on?
Okay, so Gypsy, what we're looking for is scientific evidence.
Answer the question.
Chemo
You're in
doesn't
a
have a
room
gag
with
reflex.
100
No,
dicks.
keep your
How many
porn-
dicks are you going to
Keep your
choke on?
porn in not safe for work.
It's not porn.
Yes, this is porn. Porn, I don't want to hear this porn.
All right then. When did you stop beating your wife?
Right, I don't want to hear this abuse. We're talking about
How's
the
it
shape of the
abuse?
earth, not porn, not violence.
How is
science.
that porn?
We're talking about science.
A question is
All right,
porn.
guys. Let's not get off the given path. Let's keep on track.
Excuse me, Mr. Me. Do you need to go and hide somewhere?
Yeah, we just
No,
don't
I
want to
think
talk
Chemo
about
does,
porn.
though.
We don't want to talk about violence. We've got women here. We don't need to talk about that stuff.
All right, Chemo, would you like to go back to the gold that you can't explain, the northern lights you can't explain, the the level but not straight rails that you can't explain, the map or model that you don't have? Which one of these topics would you like to go back to? You've run away from all of them tonight.
I mean, we can address any of those points.
Okay, why don't you try addressing the gold?
Gold?
Like, it's not hard. Just explain how you think
What's
it
the
comes
phenomena
about.
with gold?
They're terrified because they don't want to look into it because they know
What,
right
what's
away
your
that it's
observed
probably
phenomena,
about to destroy
Kool-Aid?
it.
With... Hold on, Gypsy.
And the science behind it.
Well, go on then. What's the science behind it?
The science behind it just terrifies you guys.
Well,
I
what
was
is
watching
the
a
science
YouTube
behind
video
gold?
for you, and I
I'm
listened to him
terrified.
explain it.
Oh, you're
weren't you listening when
saying
he just
something to
explained
do
it?
with gold. I'm saying, what is the observed phenomenon? What's the experiment? What's the hypothesis? What are you talking about? Gold.
Chemo,
Sounds
did you
like that.
listen when he just explained it to you? Were
All
you
right.
listening?
What would you observe phenomena, Gypsy? Start again.
Okay, hold on. Chemo, I don't know if you could hear me right now, but I'm in a Snapchat call with someone, so I'll be right back.
Alright, cool. Kool-Aid, what is the gold's observed phenomena?
I don't know much about gold. That was Gypsy's point. I'm the one who talks about sailboats and boats.
Ah, boats, sailboats. Okay, so where is that 24-hour footage of the boat going around the ball?
Oh, there's tons of them, Chemo. You can go out and search for yourself. But I was able to find you a YouTube video about the construction of the model basin. Would you like to talk about that?
No, because we don't have anyone who's measured it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we do.
Can you show somebody measuring that canal basin?
Sure. If you look through it at the video that I tagged you in, it shows them measuring it. If you refer back to the last time we talked about this, it gives the exact measurements, including the lasers and the physical measurements that were done. And it talks about the margin of error on the laser and how it's so much less. But the work done in World War II was so accurate that they didn't actually have to do a whole lot to it.
Wonderful. So what's the timestamp on them measuring it?
In that video, they talk about the measurements at 52 seconds into the video.
They talk about it.
Right about 52 seconds. Sorry, I'm at.
They measure or talk about it.
Go watch it, Chemo. Jesus Christ, you're a lazy fucker.
Nippets.
Sorry, but
there's
you
no
really
evidence of a globe. Can't you see that?
There's
He's
no
struggling.
evidence you've got a brain either. So where do we stand now, Chemo? So fuck
Yeah,
you.
these fucking boats and shit. The globe lost and we won. Flat Earth won.
Raise a little hill, man.
Hey, Lamb.
Oh, is this his little puppy? Little puppy, little puppy.
Mippet,
Puppy,
it's an
puppy.
open platform.
You little puppy.
For everyone and anyone to
let us
to
talk
speak.
to your puppy, Chemo. Chemo, nobody wants to talk to you anymore. Puppy, why don't you try to explain why these rails are level but not flat? Come on, puppy. You're so quick to jump
Don't be
in
so
and
rude to him. He might talk.
Here,
Peace
Lemmy,
of
Lemmy,
mind.
Lemmy.
The water's not curved.
Not talking
But
about the water.
Actually, we are. If the water's
We
not
are.
curved, then why is the rail, which remains a exact distance above the water, curved?
Oh dear. He's not a very good puppy. You haven't trained him very well, Chemo. You got to write down your responses. That's what Chemo does. He's got a script. Hasn't he shared that with you, Lamb? Oh, what a shame. Poor little Lammy.
Mockery and scoffery.
All right,
Not
so
going to
Lamb,
win
are
the
you
argument.
I'm
Chemo.
taking lessons from you on that account, Chemo.
Lamb, would you like to try to answer the question, or are you going to keep your comments out of it now?
He's allowed to speak.
The rail curves. That's what you said.
Yep.
Okay. But the water doesn't curve. Right?
No, that's what you said.
And you want to know why the rail is curving and the water is not.
No.
Because,
No. Try again, Lamb. Try again.
Yeah,
don't
because
throw me in
rails.
this position.
Because steel bends.
Oh shit, Chemo. Oh, I had my hopes up, but bloody hell. He's not very good.
So the hardened steel rails that are placed directly on bedrock, so they are as minimally affected by anything, including the gravitational forces, bend. And that's why they are curved but remain a fixed distance above the water. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, eventually long enough your rail is going to bend.
Oh, well, we're not talking eventually. We're talking within half a mile.
Yeah, and you're saying the rail just somehow bent.
Yep. It was manufactured. It was manufactured with a curve.
Well, then it's not straight.
You're right. It's not. It's level. Now you've got the question. The rail, which is not straight, is an exact distance above the water. If the water is straight, how does that work?
Well, you have to make a straighter rail.
But if they made a straight rail, it wouldn't be the same distance above the water. They made a curved rail, so it remained the same distance above the water.
You should make a straight rail.
But then the boat wouldn't touch the water, and it wouldn't work real well for boat testing, now would it? You know, testing the surface stability of a boat that isn't in the water doesn't work real well.
Which is why this observation is not useful, because
Thank you for saving your puppy, Chemo. He needed help.
Yeah, he put the net out and saved him. Go, Chemo.
Well, I was saying that this is not a very useful observation without the practical measurements.
Well, it's not very useful that you don't answer questions, but hey, we're there, aren't we?
Well, you know what that is, because we don't make claims.
It doesn't really look like it's bending. The rails don't look straight. So I didn't build the place, so
Okay, so your site is better than all the technology that we've got to be able to measure down to the micromillimeter.
And your site is better than the lasers, remember. Because flat earthers love lasers.
yeah, you're the one saying that the rail is bending from the other side. So just remember
What
that.
other side are you talking about?
The other side of the building. So I didn't build the place.
It has a curve throughout the entire length of it, not from one side to the other, the entire length. And the datum that they set was actually in the middle of the building, not at one of the ends. So if you want to be correctly, you could actually say it bends both directions.
Yeah, but it's not bending, so.
It's not? How do you know that?
The water's not bending.
Oh, okay. So this is just
the rails.
Assume the conclusion and then make the evidence fit the facts. Is that where we're at now?
Yeah, you can easily measure the rail
So we
of the
just
water.
assume our conclusion. What part of the scientific method is that? Where you assume the conclusion and then make the evidence fit?
You can go up and measure it. You can measure the water and the rails.
Yep, and guess what? They're the exact same distance apart.
So you say.
Is that all you got, Chemo? So
well,
you say?
your entire globe is based on so you
Well,
say. Just because.
Okay.
The whole flat Earth is like so you say, but no one believes you because you're a big fat liar.
But
so
you see curvature. So what's the problem? I mean, you don't see curvature.
No, I wouldn't be able to see 1.9 inches at a quarter of a mile. My eyes aren't that good.
Mine are shocking.
So we don't see curvature.
You know what would be
therefore-
awesome? You know what would be awesome is if I used a device and I measured it. And guess what they did? They used a device and they measured it, and they did it back
That's not gonna
at
work.
the onset of World War II.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
You can't measure things now, Chemo? Then what were you doing at Point B?
Not over the globe.
Why'd you go there and throw a American tape measure over the cliff?
Can't make measurements like that for the globe because your geometry is broken.
You're lying, Chemo.
Okay,
Yeah, You're not even making sense now, Chemo.
You're saying that you
Chemo,
can measure curvature around
So
that
excuse
canal,
me. So
but you
excuse
don't
me if
have
so excuse
a
me if
rate
I'm
of
wrong,
geometry, a rate of
Chemo.
curvature.
You believe
to
Earth is flat because of religious belief.
Because we observe flat, we can't measure curvature.
So,
Yep.
so you just observed a flat area, and you're assuming the
So
rest of
Chemo,
the
it has
Earth is
nothing
flat.
to do with religion.
We already won, guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
be
y'all
quiet,
failed.
puppy. Jesus Christ. We've already put you in your place. Let the big people talk now.
So rude.
I'll tackle this. So, Chemo, the reason why you became a flat earther is because you just looked out your window one day and went, "Oh, dang, it looks flat," and that's your proof.
No.
No,
Well,
they don't
what
have
made you?
any proof.
What made you consider a flat Earth?
He looked out his window and said, "I need something new to lie about today."
There was no measurable curvature anywhere.
Who brought that up to you? Who made you? Who gave you that original thought, idea, pattern, origin? Where did the origin of that thought come from, Chemo?
Because I asked if anyone has measured the curvature. Turns out nobody has.
What made you even question that? Like, what brought you to even question that?
Oh, you want my how I got into flat Earth stuff?
Yes.
So I was on into other conspiracies, and then the guy who channel I was watching put up a flat Earth video, and I said to him, "Why have you got that on your channel? Take it off. You know, discredit the whole conspiracy."
That is the most honest answer I've heard you say.
And then I messaged him. I said, "Take it down off his channel." He said, "Well, find me a real picture of the Earth." I was like, "Of course." Seconds. Showed him a ball. He said that was composites, CGI, not real. Like, what you on about? What do you mean? Picture. And then obviously
So you got sucked in the way that I.
No, conspiracy dude. That's the name of the channel. He was into clones. I was looking at clones, and then, like I said, he had a flat Earth video on his channel. I told him to take it off, and then he said, "Find a picture." I said, "I'll get one." Got one. I said, "It's not real." So what do you mean? Because I didn't know what CGI and composite meant and all that. I knew what it meant, but I didn't know what he meant by the globe is CGI composite. I thought it was just a real click picture.
So your misunderstanding of photography and how images are actually compiled is why you're a flat earther. Because you do know that a composite is still
It wasn't
a
even
picture.
finished. That's
It
not
is
why.
still valid.
So when he was like, "That's
Oh, sorry, I was in the
CGI."
middle of a point, Chemo.
Yeah, but I wasn't even finished explaining the story.
Then you made a huge gap where you stopped talking. Don't do
Take
this.
a
You're
breath.
now being annoying again. Stop. Let people respond if they want to. And don't claim that you're now being interrupted when you stop for a good 5-6 seconds. Stop it.
God damn it, my fucking buddy phoned me again and it interrupted the call. I mean, the chat. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I knew I was
How
winning.
did you become a flat earther and stuff?
Gypsy, it's all good, mate. We'll get back to you in a minute.
Okay.
So then
mate.
basically, at that point,
excuse me.
I'm like, well, I have to look into this more. Then you just find out little bits over the course. And that's what shows you that the Earth cannot be a ball. Therefore, it's flat.
But see, I got sucked in the same way too at first, and it's very intriguing the way you get sucked in when you first hear about it. That you go, "Yeah, I did the same thing." It's like, how do you prove? Show me a picture of the Earth, and you look up a picture from NASA, and they go, "Oh, it's a NASA picture. That's fake. This is the blah blah blah, fake this and that." I'm not gonna lie. For the first day of solid binge watching a bunch of flat Earth shit, I was maybe 33% convinced. And then the next day when I slept and I just thought about it myself, instead of having other people tell me how to fucking think from these YouTube videos, it was easy. And my backyard had a view over a freshwater lake that was calm as hell that stretched over 500 kilometers. So, and I had a telescope, everything else. I shown and proved myself there was curve from just my backyard. And then that same day, I thought about the gold topic. So it took a day of watching binging, being about 30% convinced, and then the next day, I just had an original thought, and I was no longer thinking that the Earth was flat.
Well, how'd you go from gold to a ball?
Because of a supernova. Space has to be real. And you guys deny space so hard that you're leaving yourself open for so much.
Walk me through it. Gold, ball. Take your time.
Gypsy, you're going to have to explain the entirety of how the solar system came into existence.
Yeah, do it all. I want to know exactly how
know.
you went from gold to ball.
Well, you don't know where gold came from, did you, Chemo?
Just give me the breakdown. Work together if you need to.
No, I'll ask you a question. Where does gold come from?
Gold? I don't know.
There you go. You should educate yourself.
But
You
I'm asking
educate
you to
yourself and research
educate
yourself.
me and tell me where the gold. Tell me how you get from gold to ball.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Okay, so the precious metal that you wear around your neck or on your ring or wrist, ears, nose, whatever, that comes from a supernova. You're wearing the death particles of some enormous explosion of a star, which makes it so much more cool to think about. People are like, oh, you're just wearing jewelry or gold or this and that. It's like, no, bro, dude, my guy, this is like the fucking death jizz
Can I
of
ask
a
questions?
fucking supernova. What?
Okay. So how does the gold end up under the earth and not on top of
This is
it?
not how you get educated, Chemo.
Because when a supernova explodes, it sends and scatters gold specks, particles, dust, chunks, fucking boulders of gold everywhere, right?
Yeah, but how does it get under the earth and not on top of the earth?
So during the formation of the Earth, of everything spinning and slowing down, coming to its being, and even today, they find gold flying to Earth. But over time, it just collects. Everything collects. All the precious
Let me get
metals,
this right.
everything else.
So the gold
Yes.
that's under the earth came from a supernova that happened a long time ago.
Fucking billions of years ago. Yep.
Yeah. How did you figure that out?
It's just
Doesn't
common
just-
sense.
Oh.
Gold is an element, Chemo. It doesn't create itself, does it? It's there.
It's yeah. Like,
Had to come from somewhere.
I'm not claiming where it comes from. Gypsy.
Yeah, but can you
Yes,
make gold?
No, I can't.
Right. Can anyone
You
make gold?
yes.
No. Hang on,
If you
Gypsy.
have. Okay.
We're going down the alchemy route here.
Oh. Ooh.
If you can make gold
No, boss, you're not helping
out of
yourself, yeah.
No, Chemo, if you can make gold out of non-gold, there are a million prizes waiting for you.
You're embarrassing
you
the
can make
motherland.
false gold. You can't make true gold.
The Gypsy, continue. From gold to globe. Explain, please.
You can make, which is insane, you can make a red ruby. You can also make an emerald, and you can make what's the pink one? Ruby, emerald, and something else. You can make those.
Sapphire.
You can also make false diamonds, zirconium.
Well, yeah, you can make the false diamonds. You could also make diamonds with like hair or your pet's hair or fucking a loved one's hair, which is creepy
Okay,
as shit.
so you're saying gold, silver, bronze,
Platinum.
not bronze.
No, not bronze. Never said bronze. Never said bronze.
Not bronze.
Gold, silver, and
silver,
platinum.
platinum. Come from millions of years ago in a supernova. From a supernova.
You want to hear some crazy? You want to hear some crazy fucking facts?
Yes.
Silver is technically more valuable than gold. Gold, when a supernova explodes, more gold gets produced and scattered than silver does from a supernova. Same with platinum.
Right.
That's some crazy facts, eh? But yeah, silver's cheaper. Crazy, eh?
That is crazy. So
Silver's cheap
that
because
proves
it's
that
easier to work with.
That proves we're
Gypsy.
on a ball
Yeah.
because of the supernova.
Yes. Supernova has to be real because gold is very real. I have it. Everyone has it. It's everywhere. And if space is real, then the planets are real, the moons are real, and their shapes are real. So then we would have to be really a globe.
Yeah, if it's how you say it was.
But it is how I say it is.
Yeah, but how do you know it is what you say it is?
Because we have done it.
Who has?
Someone has turned a cylinder of mercury, because it's the closest thing on the elemental table, into gold. And the way they had to do it was they used a nuclear fucking fusion power plant shit for nuclear fusion on this shit for 48 hours. And the amount of gold that they created in the small cylinder tube that they could fit in the palm of their hand, the energy needed to create that costed 100 times the amount. And that was not even creating it. That was literally turning one element into another by changing one or two fucking things about it. And it took 48 hours of a fuck ton of energy.
They added they added another proton to it, which changed it from mercury to gold.
Well, that's
if they did it wrong,
Yeah.
it would have gone boom.
Have you found the report?
I'll try and find it for you, buddy.
Gypsy, very fascinating, but you do realise this is not science, right?
Oh my god, well, it's alchemy. Ish. Science.
Wait
Well,
a
therein
moment
lies-
before we go
there-
there.
Therein
Before we
lies
go
the
there.
problem.
Sorry.
Why would Earth be flat when we have all the planets around us, such as within our solar system, such as Jupiter, Saturn, the Moon, etc.? Why would they happen to be round and Earth is the exception, and it just happens to be flat?
Well, we say just because the snooker ball's are round, does it mean the
Because
table
of
is also
religious
round?
zealots, that's why.
No, the table is not also round, right?
See, this is where flat earthers get terrified and they're going to try to divert every way that they can.
How?
Now
Why?
he's asking about a round table. Like
He said the planets are round, so the Earth must be round. Well, that's nonsense.
Kimo, like I've said before, gold, hands down, single-handedly
I like the gold one is
destroys
better.
flat earth.
Gold to globe. Because of the supernova that happened millions of years ago.
You know, if all the other objects we can see in the solar system are globes or globe-ish, then it is a
Or just
reasonable
tracking-
inference to say that we
Tracking
are
of
too.
evidence. Earth is a globe. Sorry.
I know. It's
Yeah,
cut
but
and
there's no
dried.
science to support this idea of
Well, we
Earth being...
disagree with you, Kimo. Everybody disagrees
I
with
just-
you.
I
on
disagree
this
with
side.
I just explained science.
Hmm.
No, that's not
And
how you
every time
conduct...
science... Sorry.
Carry on.
Every time that science is provided to you or data is given to you, you hand wave it away, which is why it's a pointless exercise trying to do it, Kimo.
That's because your scientist seems to write things down without an experiment to back it up.
No,
Well,
that's
your
a lie,
experiments-
Chemo, because sorry, Miss, but I've got to finish this point off.
Yeah, go.
That is a lie, Chemo, because this is what every fucking paper that's been provided you. That is kind of like the report on the experiment, how we did it, what we saw. Here's all the data we collected. I'm going to put my signature at the end, and then everyone's going to read it. That's what a fucking paper is, Chemo, and you want to deny that. So they have done the fucking experiment, they have noted it, they've recorded it, and then they've presented those results and method for people to analyze so it can be repeated by others if they want to.
Mippet, go ahead and go. Go ahead and go, Mippet.
That might be in some cases.
Let's give Mippet. Could we please give Mippet a shot?
Hey, Mippet.
No, I'm just. Why don't you answer? You won't answer a question. You ask us for all this data and all this research. We provide it. We ask you for one little piece of research earlier on. I'll get it later. Well, no. Go get your fucking shit now and show it, or put up or shut up. It's as simple as that, Kim. Put up or shut up. Put up something. Anything. Just put something up.
Well,
that's not your own shit.
Well, what we've done is been able to show gravity is not a force by relative density.
No, you haven't done that.
Density.
Who's we?
The flat Earth community.
That's
no,
not you.
You're wrong.
Well, I've done this experiment.
Okay, show us
Show
the evidence.
me.
Yep, where's the video?
It's not going to be possible to show you the video.
Where's the data?
It's not about me.
Oh, I didn't say it was about you. It's about the data.
You are so fucking pathetic, Chemo. It's just getting worse.
Well, the globe earthers are struggling more and more each day. It's becoming more and more difficult.
Not at all.
Is denying that he stated he's done something, yet he hasn't recorded what he did. No video of what he did. No data for what he did.
Why is there
his own science criteria?
Is a video required then, is it? Every time?
If it's something from you, yes.
If that's the case, why is there no video of anyone flying north to south, 24-hour sun? Why is there no video of uncut going to space?
I got 24 hours. Chemo,
Because
I've
there
personally...
is.
Yeah.
Hey, Ferrari.
Gypsy, it's easy to just say there already is. We've already showed it numerous
Ferrari.
times in this damn Discord.
Yeah, it's easy just to make up a story instead of backing it up.
That you do every single day.
I think most of us would support what Davros just said. I've been here while you've been shown evidence. I've personally shown you evidence. Anyone else done that?
Yeah, but that's not evidence. That's just your opinion.
I even debunked his rocket claim.
Davros, you think the Amazon is in North America? I mean, it's just your opinion, okay?
Oh, hang on. Do you want me to get...
Chemo, when I'm showing you someone else's work.
Hang on, Foolish. Do you want me to get the DMs between myself and Chemo where he said he
would
never
bring I didn't
that
mention
up
it
again?
then, did I? I just went on to something else.
I would love to.
I didn't mention it. I'm saying that you're saying something that you have no evidence for.
Well,
Go ahead and chime back in,
Mippet. Sorry, Ronnie, go on.
Let him have it, Mippet. Go ahead.
No, I'm just... Foolish is doing a good job at the moment. Chemo has nothing, and yet he keeps going, well... That's all I hear from you now, Chemo. It's just, we this, we that. There is no we.
What does one need to provide?
Because everybody that comes in contact with you wouldn't be a part of the we with you in it.
Well, what we suggest you do as an individual Muppet is make real world measurements yourself.
How about you do that and show it to us?
Well, we went out there and we saw a
No,
light.
you're too lazy to, aren't you?
It's been done.
Well, show us.
He can't because Ranch is in the video.
I'll have to. No, that's a different video. That one is. That's another time.
But at the same time,
that was a different beach.
At the same time, we ask and we ask and we ask and we never receive. It's the same old rhetoric. It's just a circle talk.
I mean, if you're asking for flat Earth evidence, then
It's
you
pretty
shouldn't
pathetic
be.
when you think about it.
There is.
Yeah,
I think if we just ignore it, it might go away.
Look, if you're asking,
I'm
Mippet, be
terribly
careful.
sorry.
But if we're looking for flat Earth
your
evidence,
disbelief.
if we're looking for flat Earth evidence, you'll have to accept that you're not on a board.
We got
No, that's not how that
We got
works. You need to provide the evidence.
That's just absolutely ludicrous. Look at all the evidence that proves that Earth is a sphere.
Hang on.
Exactly. So we don't need to talk about flat Earth because you think it's not flat. You think it's a ball.
Because it isn't flat, and you can't prove that it is.
But you can prove that it's a ball.
There's unequivocal proof that shows the Earth is indeed a spheroid.
That's what we're talking about. Is that Renee? Is it? Sorry, is that Renee?
Yeah.
We won, Chemo. We won.
I think the problem is for some reason, Chemo, you think you're the arbiter of what is or what isn't science, or what is or what isn't truth. We're all convinced. We don't have to convince you. We've presented, I think, more than sufficient evidence to justify the reason why we're convinced. And
we survived.
I think, you can try and beat down that evidence, which obviously is the main way you try and present stuff. But I think actually what would be more useful is for you to establish that the Earth is actually flat. Because let's face it, when push comes to shove, you guys refuse the burden of proof.
We made it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're asking for flat Earth matched models and all that kind of stuff, that means you accept you're not on a ball.
No. It means that I want to see your hypothetical so I can try and understand why you believe this fucked up shit, Chemo.
Because you believe you're on a ball with no evidence. That's why.
No, I deny that.
But you believe you're on a flat Earth with no evidence. So, hey, right back at you.
Well, what scientific evidence
we
would you need
have
for a flat
reasons
Earth?
to believe, and those reasons have been discussed with Chemo. If you want to think that we've never done that with you, if you want to perpetuate that lie, have at it. You've been shown evidence.
Cyclical thinking. This is what is commonly referred to as cyclical thinking.
Look, Renee, we're ready to go back to the globe at any time there is globe evidence. We're not going to deny evidence, right? That would be
Yes,
silly.
you do. Every single day you deny. Deny. That's all you do, is deny.
Deny. It's just, denialism.
No one's denying. We want rigorism. Like a rigorous... You've got to do it.
Nice rigorous tug, hey, Chemo.
There's been many examples of rigorous examples of Earth indeed being a spheroid.
No, you do things very slapdash. The horizon's here, the horizon's there, it could be here.
Accept it.
That's not rigorous.
I think
what you do isn't rigorous at all. I agree.
It's slapdash, Mippet.
Yes, you do slapdash crap. Well, actually, no, you just don't do anything.
No, we
But
do. We are
say
very.
you do shit, but no, you haven't done anything.
We are very rigorous.
You haven't done anything. You just try and say, "Oh, we doing this," when no one will have anything to do with you.
When they went down,
how can that be? How can you be such an unpopular person?
When they went down,
really suck ass.
When they went down to see the Black Swan Mippet, they repeated it many times to ensure that
Black
the
swans, they are
and Black
beautiful.
Swans
They're in Australia. We have them here in Adelaide. We have them on one of our main rivers.
platform.
It's really cool to go and watch them.
Have you got a platform or your platform, Mippet?
No, we've got something better. We got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of measurements that have been taken rigorously over long.
There must be oil platforms in Australia.
Sure, I was in the middle of a
before the
sentence.
supposed birth of Christ.
Have you got me turned down, Chemo?
No.
Chemo
was there a reason that you cut me off?
Because I was responding to Mippet.
Well, can you not respond when I'm talking, please? Because it's not about you; it's about the evidence.
Oh, let's get it.
So again, as I said, we have rigorously taken measurements of this planet. We have done it manually. We have done it via instrumentation. We have done it by remote sensing. Yeah, I put one up there that is nice. It's the triangulation of North America, where we have thousands and thousands of measurements rigorously done, Chemo.
Yeah, these are just so stories. You understand that, right?
No, they're not just so stories.
They're not
It-
stories.
That's actually documentation of the measurements that were taken. So why are you just hand waving that away? You haven't even bothered to look at the link. You just said, no, I don't believe it, because you've got a fixed religious
No,
position.
you're telling me the because.
you
Don't
have to
answer
be
for me
flat.
now. You asked me why. Don't say because, and that's what I didn't say that. Not what I said. What I'm saying.
What? So
what?
just what you do to everybody all the time?
What? Answer for them?
Well, you keep telling us what we believe and what our true religion is and what this and what that. So, yeah.
Yes, because you've been traumatized, Mippet.
No, because you're a fucking idiot.
The true question is, is your belief based upon religion?
No,
That is the core
it's
que-
based
that is the
on
core question.
science. Now,
And you cannot say that it's based on science.
well,
Unacceptable.
Science says, even though science doesn't speak, but it shows that water is supposed to be able to stick to the exterior of an object, mass attracting mass, right? So without that science,
gravity,
without that Cavendish, you have no evidence, Renee.
Oh, God, where's your evidence? We keep asking for yours, but you won't give us any. How about you said you could find something,
The reason,
I don't know, a couple of hours ago, was it? Why don't you go fuck off and find that and then come back, Chemo?
the reason why we don't need science is because it doesn't.
Oh, you don't need science, but we do.
No.
Is that
for
what
the
you're
flat-
saying?
For the
Oh,
flat-
okay. So different rules for everybody. Okay. Sorry.
I'm saying.
You keep saying that it's a fair thing and that it's, no.
I'm saying for the flat Earth, it doesn't require science because there's no magic involved. On the globe,
you've just got an imaginary sky daddy that waves his wand and does magic.
no, but on the globe, you have to invoke magic in order for it to work. your
No,
model.
we don't.
You
Not one
do.
scientist has ever said that. Ever.
No, you don't call it magic, but obviously to have water stick to a ball
Oh, so
is
it's
magical.
not magic. Is that what you're saying? So you're saying it is magic, but it's not magic. So what is it, Chemo? Would that be science, maybe?
If someone makes water stick to the exterior of an object, Mippet, that's magic. Don't believe that nonsense.
That's gravity.
Exactly, Mippet.
Yeah, exactly. It's gravity.
No, if you see someone stick
Yes.
water to a ball...
Doesn't matter how many times you say no, it's still going to be yes.
No, if you see water sticking to conforming...
It is.
No, if you see water sticking...
Yes.
No, Mippet.
Yes, Chemo.
Yes, Mippet.
No, Mippet. So look, if you see water conform to the exterior
Yes,
of an
Chemo.
object... You see, look, this is what I mean about this circus now, okay? And then
Yeah,
you go
well, because
complain...
you're so fucking boring.
We
We've got
want
to
chemo.
entertain ourselves somehow. Stop being boring and
We
and
defeated the
entertaining.
boss.
We'll
Well,
shut up.
there's nothing exciting about losing
Yeah,
your reality, Mippet.
Well, yeah, I know. So I understand, Chemo, that you're crashing down and burning right now. But don't worry. We're here to support you. It's okay.
Well, if you're here to support me, can you provide evidence of a rocket working in space?
Can you
No,
provide
nobody can
evidence
do that.
there
Mippet.
isn't a rocket in space?
No. Have you ever seen a rocket in space?
No.
No,
Okay.
nobody has. Exactly.
I'm
No.
myself. I'm into firework pyrotechnics. I could provide a perfect example of a rocket not needing a launch pad. I can take a skyrocket, light it in my fingers, fling it up in the air, and guess what? It will launch.
Yeah,
at
but
the
will it
last
launch
second
in a
that they-
vacuum?
Oh, really? This stuff with a vacuum? Really?
You're just so
This-
stupid,
this-
Chemo. It's hilarious.
This crap with a vacuum without space? Really?
Well,
Okay,
you've got to
we-
test your
okay,
claim. That is by putting a
okay.
rocket
No,
in
you've
a
got to
vacuum
test yours.
in
Don't
low
test yours and
pressure.
give us your information.
You've got to see
Go
if
test
Okay,
yours
perfect
and give us
examples
your
earlier.
data.
you've got to see if a rocket will work
Lightning.
in the same conditions as what you say space is.
Hey, Chemo,
Yes.
There's a law. I can't remember the second half of it. I'm going to give you the first half. Will you fill in the second half for me? For every action, there's a
equal and opposite reaction.
Oh, okay.
Ta-da!
Cool.
Yeah, but not in space because
I don't remember that part of the law. You know, I thought it was the law was for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction.
not in space though.
Hang on, where does it say that?
Yes, there is.
No, because Newton didn't test this in a vacuum.
What?
What are you talking about?
He didn't test this
what
equal.
vacuum?
The equal and opposite reaction wasn't tested in a vacuum or in space.
Why did it? Hang on, no. Think about this, Chemo. Why does it need to be done in a vacuum?
To show if this law is universal.
Hang on, I wasn't finished. Excuse me, I wasn't finished. What's wrong with you?
Go on then.
I was about to say he witnessed meteorites, falling stars, as he would call them. Right? The reaction that they made coming into the atmosphere was burning up due to friction. Right? Equal opposite reaction. Going so fast through the gases in the atmosphere, they burn up.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's your shit coming from a vacuum.
No, it's not coming from the vacuum. It's coming from the sky.
Then where do meteorites come from?
The sky.
Where do asteroids come from?
The sky.
Are you telling me?
Where
hang
do
on.
those asteroids originate from?
Everything is
Renee.
under the dome, so nothing is outside of.
So
all of what you
Chicxulub
experience
crater-
is inside the enclosed system.
So a 10-kilometer
how-
piece fell off.
Is the well? Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where do these asteroids come from? You say they come from outside the dome.
No,
How do they
inside.
come-
Inside.
how do-
Everything is inside the dome.
the dome.
Inside.
Inside the dome.
Well,
So how do they come from?
no, I'm just
from
an
inside the
apologetic for the dome, but
North
everything,
side
just so
is
you understand the
completely
visualization, everything
outside
is
the dome.
under the firmament and inside the enclosed system.
Okay, so what does it work, Cloud?
What does it work like? What do you mean?
What's it
What
made
does it
out
work,
of?
Cloud? What does it work,
Cloud.
Cloud?
What is it made
And
of?
what is the mechanism behind the Oort cloud?
Again, we can speculate.
You know nothing
and,
about astronomy. That
He's
much
got
is
no
clear.
idea.
Nobody knows Mippet though.
is-
We're just at this point we get to the speculation part. Okay.
Oh, you're getting upset now, Chemo.
No, I'm just simply saying at this point.
Oh, you sounded a bit aggro. I was just, I don't want to be
Because-
cause of any upset.
Not upset. It's just that when
Kimo,
you ask
what
us
is the
to
Oort cloud?
think about something, and then say,
is
"Well,
the
how
Oort
do you know
cloud?
that? How do you know all that?" That's because we're
Kimo.
just coming up with a speculative position.
No, what you're doing is making shit up. I mean, we all know what you're doing.
No, you're making stuff up by
Yeah.
saying there is
No,
space.
no, you're making stuff up.
No, I'm not making it up.
Every
That's in the
day
Bible.
you-
I didn't make it up.
Add onto the lies.
I didn't
Every
make
single
up-
day, it becomes worse and worse. It's
I-
just that you keep going over the same old shit,
Try to
and people
listen.
are getting really freaking bored.
Try to
That's
listen.
why they're here listening to me bag your ass. So, no one's got anything better to you, poor guys.
Look, Mippet, the reason why we're doing
I was more interested actually about the lightning storm with the gypsy. That sounded really cool.
Mippet, you're spiraling now.
I think we want Kimo.
Spiraling. Where am I spiraling to, Chemo?
You're going down, Mippet.
Going down where?
Down,
That
down,
actually sounds
down.
a bit dirty, doesn't it?
Oh, Mippet.
We have defeated the flow.
Hey,
She's
that's
making
our
me
static
laugh.
motto is come down south with your mouth.
Oh,
Literally, that's
damn.
our state motto at the moment.
Yeah, it's like see you in the NT.
Yeah, that's right.
So look,
Well,
let's get
fucking
back to
butter
the most
my toast.
important points. Curvature. Who, Renee, you think you've measured the curvature?
Yes. What about the Oort cloud?
The clouds, we don't know where they come from. What do you want to talk about that for?
We're
he
going to
ca- he
talk
can't
about the work cloud
understand you.
because you don't know, evidently don't know where meteorites and such come from.
Where do they come from then?
Or cloud.
And the Kuiper belt.
Show me the origin of one of these asteroids meteorites.
I'm
Oh, but you
sitting
wouldn't
here.
believe
I'm
this,
holding.
Kimo.
I'm sitting here holding an asteroid right here in my hand right now. I just reached over and grabbed one. Where did it come? Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Underneath your dome.
No, in your model, where did it come from?
So you're saying that our model actually works better than your model because we can explain it.
No, you
Thanks,
don't.
Chemo.
You don't
Great
have
admission.
geometry, but I still would like to know where you think.
You don't even know what bloody geometry is.
Where do you think?
I mean, let's be honest.
Where do you
here.
think these things are coming from?
Did you ever go
Renee?
to school? Like, what year did you go up to? I'm just, just fascinated to know.
Okay. Well,
Where
come
do
to
I believe they're
England,
coming from? They're
Nippet,
coming from
and I'll
space,
show you
dude.
all what you need to know. Okay. But other than that, what was that, Tom?
Yeah. So did you make it out of pre-K?
Make it out of what?
Pre-K.
Pre-kindergarten.
Kindergarten. We don't say that.
Obviously not.
Oh, that's great. Good to know.
So look now, can we get back on track?
Well, we are on track. It's you that'll just way off because we're bored with what you say. Have you not understood this whole time?
Mippet, this is your fault by not having evidence for where you live.
Oh, it's my fault. Okay.
Oh,
it's my
Mippet
fault
is
because
at
you
fault.
don't have
Okay,
evidence.
No, you're
Oh,
to
I
blame
get
for
you.
believing in
Mippet
something
is
that
the
you
fault.
cannot
I
prove.
get it.
Yeah, you do get it.
You have nothing, and all you can do is lie.
No one's lying here. You cannot prove.
Very sad.
You cannot prove.
No,
curvature.
no one that I know is lying. I know that you're lying.
You cannot
but
prove curvature,
no-
Mippet.
And
You
you
can't prove
flat.
it's flat.
Mippet, listen to my words.
All right,
You
where's your evidence?
cannot prove curvature.
Chemo, where's your
You
evidence of the
cannot
flat Earth?
prove flat Earth.
We see,
Come on.
we observe
Zero
flat
evidence.
Mippet.
We see. Yes, we do.
We observe flat
Mippet,
Mippet.
is it me or is Chemo sounding like a pig every time he says we?
Wee.
All the way home, baby.
All the way home.
Anyway, Mippet, you do understand that you yourself could never measure the curvature.
And you could never
What?
measure a flat Earth, Chemo.
Can I just say, why would I want to? There have been countless thousands, probably millions of people that have already done it. Why the fuck would I
Prove
want
that,
to do it
Mippet.
myself?
You can't prove that to be true, Mippet.
You can't prove anything
Yes,
either.
we
You've
most
never
certainly
shown a
can
piece
prove-
of evidence ever. So when you've got one piece of evidence for anything to do with flat Earth, I mean anything that is actually factual, can be checked, and you actually have the citations on you, then come back, Chemo. Until then,
You do.
give it a rest.
You're making the claim
You
that
ju-
you have curves. Curve.
No, you're
You two-
making the
you-
claim
you
that
two-
we're
you
making
two
the
spy
claim that
planes.
it's curved.
You two spy planes flying at
Oh
330,000
gosh, Renee,
feet.
we're talking about the
So-
ground.
Earth is a sphere.
Earth
You two
is a
you two spy
flat and
planes flying
stationary
at
plane with no measurable
330,000
curvature,
feet.
Renee.
330,000 feet. You two spy planes show Earth's curvature. Sorry.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is.
No, we've been up to.
What, you mean you haven't researched
We've
that?
been up to
Chemo, you're a
65
bit slack.
miles and there's no
Bit
curvature,
slack that
Renee.
you haven't looked that one up.
Yes, there most certainly is curvature.
No, there is no measurable curvature, Renee.
Yes, at 330,000 feet, there's no evidence of curvature. You're lying.
Well, what lens are you looking through?
You're looking through a straight lens.
No. You're probably looking through a curved fisheye lens,
Oh,
Renee.
so you now
No,
are
it's
deciding
not a
on what
fisheye lens.
they did. Okay.
330,000 feet 330,000 feet, you're looking through a straight lens. Earth curvature. Sorry.
Well, where's that lens? What
Story
lens
done.
is that?
Story done.
No, they're all curved, Renee. Stop giving out misinformation here.
No, he's not. You are, Chemo. You do it every single day, over and over
No,
and over
we
and over
give
and
out
over and over again.
information.
Every single day.
We give out information. You give out this
Every
and
day
this.
you're lying to people.
Nobody's lying,
It's a really
Lippet.
horrible life to have to do it every
For
single day.
For popularity. Lying for popularity. That's all it is.
No, it's just raising the truth so
Yeah,
you
good
guys
luck
can
with
make
that.
a well-informed decision. At the moment, you're blinded by the books that you've been given. You're
Blinded by stupidity.
Right, Mippy, you're not going to let me talk, so I'm not talking anymore. You're just going to keep interrupting me. This is not an adult conversation.
Worked. Yay!
No.
Bye, Chemo.
We want to allow you to talk. We want to allow you to continue to make a fool of yourself.
Oh, but that's just foolish.
I'm just kidding with you, brother.
Just seriously. We even called you out on this shit. Fuck's sake. We have to provide evidence and he doesn't have to provide shit.
I just want to know how long it's going to be before he jumps in again.
Oh. He has had to go reload. He still won't answer my question about the 100 dicks, though.
Like I keep telling you, he doesn't know how to answer a question.
Does anyone want to hear my latest
No.
theory on what motivates chemo?
Oh, please.
Actually, hang on, McFud.
Oh, yeah.
Can you answer this question?
Okay, cool. Far away, mate.
You're in a room with 100 dicks. How many do you choke on?
I think the one I find, hold on. The one I find most attractive, I would think.
Oh, so you are an amateur.
I got another one. You're
I'm
on a
not
bus full
fussy,
of gay
mate.
guys. Do you get
I'm
off?
not fussy. Any bit of
Yes,
sex
but what
will do
about
me.
the 99
a
men
bus-
that get pissed off with you?
Well, I'll just say I'll get to you eventually.